Hello, and welcome to Thriving, Not Just Surviving, a series on the Family Renewed channel. I'm Dr. Dawn, and I help families create the healthy environment they want so their families can thrive. Now, for those of you who have been with me since we started this series, you know that this is the last episode that gives you a glimpse of my master classes. We started with Calculated Chaos, which was focusing on the intentional negativity and misinformation that surrounds us. We then moved to Black in America, focusing on the issues between and within races. And finally, Adolescents and the issues they are facing in today's world of instant gratification and social media. Now, today we will close out this series with the discussion of depression and anxiety in our teenage population as they are struggling to navigate this journey called life. And next week, Sunday, March 26th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will host a live event via Zoom and live streamed on YouTube. This event, the ABCs of Family Resiliency, is an overview of the 6 simple strategies I've touched on these past few months that are essential for navigating today's family's challenges. So for those busy parents out there who want simple strategies to help you feel empowered as parents while creating the environment your family needs to thrive, register today at workshops.familyrenewed.com/the ABCs 3-26-23 and save your spot. Now, getting back to our teenagers, did you know that 1 in 5 youth and young adults are struggling with a mental health condition? Or that teenage alcohol and substance use is on the rise? One thing we are aware of is that alcohol and substance use are often used to escape or treat the issues that someone is dealing with, which we call self-medicating. Unfortunately, too often, many people don't get the help they need for their mental health issues and turn to alcohol or drugs to just get through. And the fallout can create even greater challenges for everyone involved. So today, we are going to talk about depression and anxiety and things to look for, as well as strategies that we can all use to support our teenagers as they navigate life. But first, you know how we do it. That's right. We're going to start by completing those 3 positivity prompts if you haven't already done so. Now, take out your journal and write your responses to these 3 prompts. First, one thing I like about myself is. Second, one thing good that happened this past week was. And third, one thing I'm thankful for would be. Now remember, informed positivity strategies provide energy as they can help us guard against the negativity and toxicity we will face today, tomorrow, and in the future. Now, I encourage you to do this for your own health and wellness, but also for your children. They will learn from your behaviors. And when we focus on positive strategies, we are more informed and capable of influencing positive outcomes and for them and for us. Now, more importantly, we all want to feel better. But to do that, we need to know better, and then we can do better. Now, as a professional who has worked with and raised children who are now young adults, I have been and still am navigating this journey. We learn from our experiences. And when we can acknowledge that we are not perfect, we don't have to be super moms or super dads. And when we can accept our flaws and the flaws of those around us, we all do better. We have to stop judging others based on our own belief systems and meet others where they are, and that includes our children. So as depression and anxiety have increased in all ages and stages of development, we have to remember that not only do we need to take care of ourselves, we also have to take care of our children because they are impacted by our every action. We have to find strategies that we can use as well as strategies that they can use and know and understand our limits as well as theirs. There are some things as parents that we can't control. Actually, make that a lot of things we can't control. But we can control how we respond to those situations. And it is our responsibility to model and encourage healthy behavior because our kids are watching. Now, some of this may sound intuitive, but the reality is we do what we see. And if you were blessed, you had great role models around you. But if the models you had were unhealthy, you have to figure this parenting thing out yourself. so that you don't make the same mistakes that those around you made. You need to be healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally. Your life and your child's life depends on that. So with the increase in anxiety and depression and the rise of suicide, we have to take things seriously. Our kids are struggling, and we all need to know the signs and be engaged. We have to be more vigilant. Yes, the relationships that we have with them is key, but if you see the red flags, you may need to invade their space to create opportunities in your relationship to meet them mentally and emotionally where they are in life. Now, this will help them get help and heal. So let's talk about some of the warning signs. Now, first, we're going to start with anxiety. Anxiety is very common in the general population, and it's often missed. Sometimes you may feel your child is just being stubborn, or they just don't want to do what you want them to do, but they could be struggling with social anxiety or dealing with a phobia or avoiding something traumatic. Key warning signs include a change in behavior, their grades dropping in school or problems with work, poor hygiene or irritable mood, worsening more than a typical teenager attitude. All of these things can be a sign that something is off. Whether it's anxiety or depression, keeping vigilant is key. Our teenagers are dealing with a lot, managing their hormones, friendships, relationships, extracurricular activities, and school. We can't forget the mental, physical, and social challenges of high school that we all had to manage or endure. Now, there is such a broad experience, and our children are struggling with that as well. Now, other things to watch for in depression can include a decrease or an increase in appetite, a decrease in energy or an increase in restless behavior, changes in their sleep patterns, problems with focus or concentration, or just plain feeling sad. It's important, and if you see a number of these things in your child or teen, or your parental spidey sense or intuition won't let you rest, have them assessed by your primary care physician or a mental health professional. This is especially true if they are threatening to harm themselves or others or engaging in self-harming behaviors. Seeing a professional is a priority, which may include taking them to the emergency room for an evaluation. Now, unfortunately, many children fall through the cracks. Either no one's watching, no one's seeing, or recognizing the signs. Sometimes people are just distracted by other things. Anything might be going on. Sometimes people just don't think it's a big deal, or, we may fall prey to the concerns of stigma. Now, we have to move beyond these issues and focus on our children, our families, and our communities. Now, 3 things I want you to take away from today. First, know the warning signs and be vigilant. Second, check in with your teenager as often as you feel necessary. And third, get help from your primary care physician or a mental health professional. And if you don't know where to start, NAMI, N-A-M-I, which stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It is a great resource for support in your local area. Their website is www.nami.org, and their national toll-free number is 800-950-6264. And if you prefer, you can text Helpline to 62640 to chat. And if you or anyone you know is contemplating suicide, call 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, or text HOME to 741-741 to reach someone who can speak with you about whatever is going on. Now, if something I mentioned in today's segment resonated with you, please leave a comment below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Moving on, remember, if you feel frustrated, fractured, or filled with friction, and you want to feel renewed, restored, and revived, join us next week during our live virtual event via Zoom and live streamed on YouTube as we discuss the ABCs of family resiliency. You can register at workshops.familyrenewed.com/the-ABCs 3-26-23 and reserve your spot, or you can go to the Family Renewed Facebook page and scan the QR code on the flyer. Share with your friends and join us next week.